Bieber's summer exit from Barcelona felt quiet at first and explosive the moment you connect the dots. A forward who once looked destined to carve out a future at Camp Nou left this summer in a Euros 12 million move to see Braga after a season in which he barely saw the pitch. For any young player, minutes mean everything. They're not just numbers, they are growth, confidence and opportunity. Victor's own words cut straight to that truth. The year was incredible for everyone, but I needed to play and grow, he said after the move. And that simple sentence tells the story of why prestige sometimes can't compete with minutes on the clock. He pointed to two memories from his season, the Copa del Rey win where he got to contribute and a pre-season where he convinced himself he could belong. Those were highlights in a campaign otherwise defined by waiting. Barcelona's forward ranks were crowded, reinforcements arrived, and the depth of the squad under Hansi Flick meant the coach had little choice but to focus on a proven core. Victor makes clear there was no bitterness. He praised Flick for attention and care, calling him like a father, and noting the coach said he'd keep an eye on his progress at Braga. That kind of parting, cordial and respectful, is unusual when a young player feels stalled. It signals a professional decision rather than a messy fallout. Braga, meanwhile, have pulled off a statement signing, "The Euros 12 million price tag is a vote of confidence. They're buying more than potential. They're buying a player who believes in himself and who needs the runway to accelerate. The early returns are promising." Victor has already scored for his new club, 2 goals to date, including an important strike in Europa League qualifying against Lincoln FC. Those goals aren't mere consolation prizes. They're the engine of a narrative that was building silently at Barcelona. Talent needs time in competitive fixtures to translate into the kind of form that turns scout scribbles into headlines. The implications ripple for both clubs. For Barcelona, the move amplifies an uncomfortable question about the pathway from youth to first team. La Masia has produced generational players, but even world-class academies must manage timing and opportunity. When a bright youngster is crowded out, the club risks losing a player who could flourish elsewhere. Hansi Flick's task is classical modern coaching, balance immediate results with long-term talent cultivation. He chose a rotation that prioritized an established core, and while that helped stability, it left Victor searching for minutes. For Braga, this is calculated optimism. They have acquired a forward who understands elite culture, has tasted silverware and pre-season promise, and is motivated to prove that he belongs on bigger stage. Braga's model of developing and showcasing young talent in European competition can pay dividends for player growth and potential resale value. From Victor's perspective, there's an arc in motion. Leaving Barcelona was never a betrayal of ambition, it was a tactical retreat to advance. He admitted the season's bright moments kept his belief alive, but ultimately he needed consistent minutes to sharpen his game. That he's already finding the net suggests the gamble is paying off. For neutral observers and football pragmatists alike, this story is a reminder of a basic truth: development is not linear, and sometimes the fastest way to the top is to step off the crowded ladder and climb a different one. Watch the next few months closely. If Victor continues scoring in domestic league play and Europa fixtures, Barcelona will have to reckon with a player they nurtured who developed into the very thing they couldn't fit into their immediate plans. If he stalls, this will be another case study in the risk of betting on youth. Either way, his move crystallizes a debate at the heart of modern football, between short-term results and long-term growth, and it makes clear that young talents are not just assets on a balance sheet, they're people whose careers require bold choices. Victor chose his next step. Braga gave him the stage, and now football fans everywhere get to watch whether this Euros 12 million decision becomes a masterstroke or a cautionary tale.